All right, so you're thinking about how to make that retirement money grow.
Yeah.
Right? And you got some predictability too.
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to check out this Nassau MYAnnuity. It's the 5X, 7X.
Yeah.
See if this thing even makes sense for your goals.
Makes sense.
It's from Nassau Life and Annuity Company. All the info's coming from Diversified Insurance Brokers.
Right.
We just want to like cut through the noise, give you the need to know, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So this is a multi-year guaranteed annuity.
Right.
Which basically means you're locking in an interest rate, right?
Yeah, you're locking it in. You can choose a 5 or 7 year period.
Okay.
And you know, the beauty of that is just that steady growth, right?
Predictable. Yeah.
It's tax-deferred growth. You don't have
Okay.
to worry about the market going crazy.
Right, so you can kind of sleep at night.
Exactly.
What about my initial investment? Is that safe?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's one of the fundamental things with this type of annuity.
Okay.
Is that your principal is protected.
Gotcha. Now, what if something comes up? What if I need to get to that money? Can I?
So annuities are generally, they're long-term vehicles,
Right.
but you do have some flexibility.
Okay.
Typically, you can withdraw up to 10% each year
Right.
without any penalty. That's if you choose that option at the beginning.
Got it.
But it does give you a way to kind of access your money if you need it.
What about if, like, I really need it? Like something bad happened.
Right. So there are some exceptions, like if you end up needing to go into a nursing home
Okay.
or if you have a terminal illness diagnosis.
Gotcha.
There are waivers, so you can actually access your funds penalty-free.
Wow. Okay.
Also, after the first year of the contract,
Okay.
you can take out your RMDs, your required minimum distributions
Yeah.
without penalty.
So those are kind of the outs, but what if I need more than 10% and I don't qualify for those exceptions?
Yeah, if you were to take out more than that 10%, then
Yeah.
you could run into surrender charges. And you may also have to deal with what's called an MVA, a market value adjustment.
What is that?
So an MVA basically means the value of your annuity
Okay.
can be adjusted up or down based on how interest rates have changed since you purchased it.
I see.
So it could be a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah.
But it is something to keep in mind if you think you might need to access a large chunk of that money early on.
So let's say that initial period, that 5 years or 7 years is up. What happens then?
So at the end of your guarantee period, you have options.
Okay.
Typically, you have about a 30-day window to decide.
Right.
You can surrender it without any charges.
Got it.
You can renew it for the same term if that's still being offered.
Okay.
Or you can choose to renew it for a different guarantee period that might be available at the time.
Okay, what if I just, space out and don't do anything?
Well, if you don't make a choice during that window, usually it just automatically renews under whatever the current terms are.
Oh.
So it's definitely a good idea to put a reminder on your calendar.
Yeah, for sure.
Just closer to the date.
So let's say, worst case scenario, something happens to me.
Right.
What happens to the annuity?
Well, the MYAnnuity 5X, 7X, it does have a death benefit.
Okay.
So that means that your beneficiaries, whoever you've designated, they would receive the full value of the contract, no surrender charges.
Well, that's good.
And in a lot of cases, if your spouse is the beneficiary, they have the option to continue the annuity.
Oh,
And that gives them some financial security as well.
that's a big deal. Now, who's the company behind this?
So this is issued by Nassau Life and Annuity Company,
Okay.
which has a good reputation for financial strength.
Odd.
And, when you're talking about a long-term financial product, that's something you definitely want to consider.
So thinking about you, listener, and your retirement plans, this kind of annuity offers that predictable growth, right?
Yeah.
And it protects your money.
Exactly. That guaranteed interest rate takes some of the worry out of the equation.
Right.
And those withdrawal options give you a little bit of flexibility if something comes up.
Sure.
It can be a really valuable tool for folks who are looking for a steady stream of income during their retirement.
So big picture, this Nassau MYAnnuity 5X, 7X, it gives you that guaranteed interest for a certain amount of time.
Right.
It protects your initial investment.
Yep.
And it gives you some options, to access your money if you need to, and to make some choices when that guarantee period's up.
Exactly. So hopefully this has given you a good overview, helped you understand this particular annuity a little bit better.
So here's something to chew on, all right? You're thinking about retirement. You want your money to grow, but you want some safety too, right?
Right.
Where does a guaranteed annuity fit in with all your other investments?
Yeah, good question.
What's your risk tolerance? And really, what are those long-term goals?
Absolutely.
Think about it.
Yeah, definitely something to consider.
We'll see you next time.
Sounds good.